Good afternoon. I just thought I would wear my ski goggles today and share a silly joke with you. With Oh, now I don't have my ski goggles. Okay. Anyway, why was the equal sign always so respected? Because it treated everyone the same. Gotta love an equal sign. I love that. All right. It is Monday, January 6th. And we are about to start Unit 5, Lesson 1. What is 1,000th or 1,000th is? Like I used to say years and years ago. So if you have an old Teamster near you, they'll know exactly what I'm talking about. All right. So if you could please look at the bottom notes here, I just want to point out what is happening here. All right. Okay. So today or last week or whatever, we learned that the relationship between 1/10th, 100th, and 1,000th is, I'm just trying to make it clear. Okay. Okay. Is, there we go. That's so much better. Okay. Is here we have 1/10, and then we take a tenth and split it up into tenths, and then we took 100th and split it up into hundredths. So essentially what we're doing is dividing by 10 each time to get the smaller and smaller um, decimal point and value. Okay. And then what I love about this here, I just kind of blew up what was going on in the um, hundredth. I split the hundredth into tenths. And so it's like there's one, two, three, but then that becomes a 1,000 out of 100. And so that's why you see it here, divided by 10 or times 1/10, because dividing by 10 and multiplying by 1/10 is the same thing. Take a look at that. That's a pretty cool thing. All right. So we are going to start with multiplication and I'm sorry, and division. And so let's do 48 plus 24 because I'm trying to find how many 24s in 3,000. Okay, and so I'm first going to do it by partial quotients, and then we're going to make the step and do it by standard algorithm. And I'm hoping that that's something that we're picking up on pretty quickly. And if not, like we'll learn it. That's okay. All right, so I have 96, and I'm going to do 24, 10, 120, and 240. All right. So I know that if 10 times 24 is 240, I bet you 100 times 24 is 2,400. So I'm going to have 100 here minus 2,400, 0, 0, 3, 2, 10 minus 4 is 6. And then that's it. Then I have 600. And I know that 2 times 24 is 48. So what about 20? I'm going to get 480, right? So 480, and I have 20 up here. 6, 5, 10 to 120, which I know is then 5, 120, 0. So my quotient is 100 plus 20 plus 5, which is 125. Okay. And just to double check, I'm going to get 125 times 24. 4 times 5, 20. 8, 9, 10, 4, 5, 0. 10, 4, 5, 2. 0, 0, 10. Up, there's my dividend. Okay, so I know that there are 125 sets of 24 in 3,000. It's a really important concept to get there. And so I just want you to really think about that. All right, now we're going to do the same problem with the understanding we just had, standard algorithm. All right, I'm going to have the same multiples. Okay. And I'm just going to look at the numbers a little differently. So I still have 24 that I'm trying to split 3,000 up by, but I'm just going to look at a few numbers at a time. So first I looked at 3, but that wasn't big enough. And now I'm looking at 30, even though it's 3,000. It's just going to kind of put it in quotes. It's sort of 30. You don't have to write that, but if I'm taking 24 and I'm putting it into 30, it's going in just one time. And that is in the hundredths place. So that is 100 like in the last time. 1 times 24, and then subtracting. I'm going to get 6. So I divided, then I multiplied 1 times 24, then I subtracted, and now I'm about to bring down. Like, does McDonald's sell bananas? I'm not sure, but I'm going to put a 0 here. And then I'm going to ask myself, how many 24s in 60 without going over? I have to come close, but I can't go over because when I subtract, it has to be less than my divisor. So if I have 24, it's going into 68. Most it could go in is twice, which I actually know it's in the tens place is 20, but 2 times 24, I'm using what I had. So that's the division. Multiplication puts the 48 here. Now I am subtracting, just like I did partial quotients, and I have 100, I have 12, right? But then I'm bringing down the 0, boom. And I know that 5 times 24 is 120, and that's it. So I'm getting the same quotient, and I'm doing the same exact work. I'm just thinking about division like a little bit smaller numbers. But we learned it the partial quotient way because the place value is really important. And a lot of times partial quotients help you like estimate and round, and like this skill is really important. All right, that was a little bit longer than I wanted, but it's all right. Okay, moving on to Unit 5, decimals. Okay, use the chart on the first page, okay, to help compare. So now I have, I'm actually going to do a makeshift ones, decimal point, tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. Okay. And I know it's a little bit tough to see, but that's okay because it's definitely like the ones place, decimal, tenths, hundreds, thousands. And I'm just going to like line up each one of these problems to see which one's greater. So the first problem I have is 0.01 and 0.1. Well, honestly, I know that 1/10 is greater. So like non-issue. Plus that's like 10 cents. If I fill in the 0 there, I can see clearly that 10 is greater than 1. All right, next I'm going to have 1/10, and that's going to be the same as the fraction. So I'm going to put an equal sign there, like our joke for tonight. Okay, and then I'm going to have 100th, which is here. And then that's 1,000th, which is here. And that's smaller than the hundredth because I need 10 of these to equal one of these. And so hundredths is larger. And then I have 1,000th, which I just wrote, versus, sorry, that, versus 1/10, which is obviously super duper small because you actually need 100 of these thousandths to be in 1/10. But then on this last one, I do have 1,000 and then 1,000. So it's equal. And it's really important to go through this and picture the fraction words because that's the place value it's in. All right. Now I'm selecting all the values that represent the amount of the whole that's shaded. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. And I know that it's 700ths, which is this. And yep, that's it. Okay, and then this is 1, 2, 3, 4/10. Okay, or it could have also been 4/10 or 2/5. All right, that's okay. All right, and now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9/10, which is this and this. Okay, and I could also put, all right, this one I could read 700ths. But this one has all three. I also like to underline the THS just so that it's very visible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reminds me it's less than 1. So I have 5, and these are hundredths. Okay. So that's this and this. All right. And then it would also just be this. So there's 3 ways to write these decimals. Okay. Last page. All right. So I'm going to look at the decimal grid to shade in 5/10, 700ths, and then 3,000ths. Underline that because this reminds me that it's less than 1. All right, so here we go. I don't have any ones, but I have 5/10, I have 700ths, and 3,000ths. All right, so 5/10, that's all of this, 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 and this. So that would be 50 hundredths, and I have that here, right? That's okay. All right, now I have 700ths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And so now I have certainly 57 hundredths. Okay, but now I have 3,000. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3. Very small amount of the hundredth there. And that's how I'm going to get. That's how I'm going to get 573 thousandths. This is 573,000. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to name the place value of the digit 5 here. Ooh, tenths. And again, I'm practicing with the decimal place values. And I'm going to name the place value of the digit 7 here. That's thousandths. So I'm writing 1,000 and then THS. And I like to underline it. And now I'm going to write the word form of the decimal. And so those directions are as follows. You write the word that you see, 67, right? And then the place value that the last digit is in. So this would be tenths, hundredths, thousandths. Thousand. Okay. And here I have 4. Oop, and because that's the decimal point, because I have 4 whole numbers and 7/10. And again, underlining the THS, less than 1. Hope that you have a great night. Please go check your work now. I look forward to, well, I guess tomorrow we have that little quiz. Not a little, but you're going to be great. And have a good night. Bye-bye.